It is Polish Power Fight Week. We get to see Jan Blachowicz take on the young and rising prospect Carlos Ulberg. You know, the experience and the level of skill that Jan Blachowicz possesses, like on the feet with his brutal leg kicks, body kicks, you know, the grappling threat he does present if he does need to. Just not sure how Carlos can really handle Jan Blachowicz. But that's why I feel like it's a great matchup, because we really don't know. We've seen him against Volkan Ozdemir recently, and it was a pretty competitive fight. It wasn't like a dominating win. So, you know, if he can make it competitive, I just picture what Jan Blachowicz might be able to do. So that's definitely going to be my pick for this co-main event. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoy the video, you know, please, I would appreciate it if you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But keys to winning are probably definitely going to be the low kicks. You know, Carlos Ulberg in that Ozdemir fight, if he possesses a power threat, he likes to use his footwork, circle a lot. Saw a lot of check hooks in that fight too. I'm not like a analysis channel or something, but you know, I'm definitely a seasoned fan as of now, so definitely think it's going to be very smart for him to invest in those low kicks early to try to be able to corner him a lot easier for him to use that Polish power as we get a nasty head kick KO. But he could definitely kickbox him. He definitely has the skills too. You know, we saw how dangerous Magomed Ankalaev can be, and we saw how Jan Blachowicz stacked up against him. He destroyed his legs, you know, something Alex wasn't able to really do. So it's going to be great to see. If he does get a win over Jan Blachowicz, that'll catapult him way up the rankings and possibly in a title eliminator fight. I believe he trains out of City Kickboxing, same gym as Dan Hooker and Israel Adesanya. But don't forget the grappling threat that Jan Blachowicz does possess. He can still wrestle really well, has a pretty good submission threat. And I'm not sure, I've seen Ulberg fight maybe a handful of times, so I'm not too sure how he would handle like a top level grappler in this weight class. Especially one as big and strong as Blachowicz. I'm pretty sure this is going to be 3 rounds. So, you know, he can afford to have, you know, maybe go down a round, point fight a little bit in the second, and just take him down for the third to win the decision. But it's going to be an interesting matchup, you know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Who you think is going to win this. But using him in the game is really, really fun. Especially the alter ego. You know, he has great takedowns, great submissions, fast kicks, hand speed, power in his hands. I mean, the leg kicks. It's like almost like a perfect fighter, like for my type of style. So I like to do a little bit of everything. I like to kickbox. I like to have power also. And especially having a wrestling in our back pocket is amazing. That's what you want to do when you get the opportunities. Like, I had the opportunity to grapple this guy. Right there, I just held L2R to inflict up for the arm triangle counter, submission counter. They would have to be going up for that one. You can't just go any direction. We make sure he has no stamina, so we deny him again. And look at that. We end up getting a nice one-shot submission to end off the fight. Now we're going against Magomed Ankalaev. Gotta watch out for the wrestling. I'm not sure if my opponent's good at wrestling or not, so definitely gonna be aware of it. I just try to take my time with anybody I strike with. In these weight classes, you want to keep it to like more 2-shot combos, maybe 3 at max. You don't really want to try to chain combos together. It's a lot harder to do that at light heavyweight and heavyweight. But especially since I know he could wrestle, his fighter pick at least, I'm definitely going to chop the legs a bit earlier in the fight and get the power down. You know, that's always a plus. Really good advice for people like that are trying to get better facing like back foot fighters is taking your time and using those low kicks at range. And when you do push, you know, keep it small and make sure you plant your feet before you start throwing your combos. If you don't, they'll end up intercepting you very easily. That's because when you're moving forward, punches and your combos come out slower. So when they plant, they have that advantage of speed. More than likely will hit stun you and probably land a nice combination on you. And if that trend keeps going, as the fight progresses, it'll add up until it becomes impossible to come back. But look at that. We took our time. We broke down the leg, kicked the body a bit, used our hand power, and we're using all the weapons that Jan Blachowicz would for the most part, as much as we can. It's harder just to throw a whole bunch of body kicks compared to lighter weight classes. So, I gotta try to set them up and, sometimes even throw random ones to try to land them, throw off the timing. This guy's gonna be very active as far as in the hands, so you can't really just shell up against guys like this. They'll start going through your block and they'll gain more confidence. So I just try to use more head movement, making him miss. I don't always slip straight or slip hook immediately because some people do this to bait you to slip, and they'll start throwing like jab, hook, or start off with lead hooks to try to, bait you into doing that. That's like deeper details into the striking. So usually what you do is when you're blocking one straight or one jab, you're going to want to slip the next strike that's coming. Don't try to slip that first initial strike. Block the first strike and then slip and counter on the second. Like if they're throwing double, triple jabs like this, that's what you got to try to do. Yeah, we're just using our head movement, making him miss, and look at that. We make him pay dearly, and ran at him with a Sparta kick, knocked him down. Just perfect for us. For this fight, we're going to be taking our time using all of our tools that we have given to us. Look at that. Nasty lead hook rock because he was throwing a knee while moving. Look at that. We chop up that leg. So his power is pretty much diminished. And he's in the wrong stance as well. Now, he blocked a few, so I was pretty sure. I didn't want to get flipped over. I'm pretty sure he was going to be able to. So we just postured down. He gets back up. So that right there, I just went towards where my back was facing with the analog stick. And as he fell, I rolled my stick down, and that's how you perform that back drag. You could do the same thing on the fence and drag them down into side control. But you can also do it in open space. So it's pretty cool. Like if you don't have, let's say, a backpack, and you do like a little double leg bail, if you guys know what that is, and you take the back, you can actually do a back drag from there too. And even a front drag out in the open. So pretty cool to learn. There we go. We're going to backpack right here. So when we took his back, we just click R1 triangle. We jump on the back. Just taking our time. There's no need to rush, especially from this position. It's very dominant. It's only 40 seconds left. I'm just trying to make him work a little bit to get the stamina lower, especially because he's throwing a lot. Has a lot of volume. Still going to take our time. Look how much stamina I lost just off of one posture up attempt getting denied. Lost a whole bunch of stamina for that, but it's alright. We'll just take our time. Heading into the next round. We end up winning that exchange right there. His health was a lot lower, so we did exchange again. Look at that. Perfectly timed knee. Like, I don't mind stuff like that happening. I wish it would happen more. That was pretty cool. Because there's times the knees will like morph through the head or something and get the person a takedown. But we land a nice block counter. So since he threw that overhand on our lead hand, our jab hand, as soon as it touches our block, we're going to fire off a lead hook. And that's how you do that counter. It's beautiful to add to your game. Especially if someone's throwing overhands, slip hooks. Or just throwing a lot of rounded strikes. It's only hooks and overhands. But it does really great damage. We're going to deny left right there as he tried to get up. We're going to take back mount once our G8 came in right there. Here I'm pressing either L1 and triangle or R1 and triangle, and you could just do punches with both hands. Just got to be careful because the bottom fighter might have the get up where if he makes you miss those punches, he could like scoot and get back up. But I'm not sure if Dominic Reyes had that, but yeah, we deny him right here. Now he's blocking all these, so we're just going to posture back down. Just trying to recover my stamina, not trying to move around, missing a lot of short-term stamina, just in case, he throws up a submission after a denial, or just not lowering my stamina too much. That's where they gotta fix it, because it shouldn't be so draining on our short-term stamina to grapple, because it makes us not want to move as much as we want to. Especially with the denials. The denials take a lot of stamina. Yeah, just using that against him, he's just trying to guess. So, we just took our time, landed some nice body shots from the postured up full guard. It's going to deny us going into side control. We deny him right there. He was trying to get full guard. We're going to deny that. Posture up right here. See what we can get. I see he likes to frame a lot, so we're going to throw a ground elbow. R2, square and X. Just in case you guys didn't know. We're going to go for an arm triangle right here. We're going to start holding R1 to start cooking the stamina. Since we have more stamina, he's probably going to have to move. We denied left. The reason why I knew he was going to move was because his stamina hit 0. And he was probably waiting for that. Because if you guys went for the submission as his stamina hit like 0, he might have won the race and escaped the submission. But right here, we're going to click R1 and triangle, jump on the back. And while we're on the back, we're going to click R1 and triangle again. And that's how we got that rear naked choke. Now, everyone has this, of course. But we're able to finish him with that. So, definitely a good move to add in when you have the stamina lead. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. More showcases are coming out. So, stay tuned for those.